Well, let's talk about the Tour de France. Obviously, it's 5 days away. You know, you've ridden in the past for teams like U.S. Postal, CSC, in support of guys like Armstrong and Basso. This is the first tour where you go into the race and you're not riding in support of anybody. I mean, who knows what may happen out on the road, but heading into the race, your boss, Jonathan Vaughters, has said, I think Christian Vande Velde can go top 10 at the Tour de France. Talk a little bit about your outlook, your mentality, your frame of mind heading into the tour in that position.
It's a bit nerve-wracking, you know, because, you know, the pressure's on yourself, and I'm one who usually puts a lot of pressure on myself more than internally than externally, and it's so it'll be interesting. I mean, first and foremost, yeah, like it's always easier for me to go and do my work and then get out of the way, and then you have no pressure, and you could always say coulda, woulda, shoulda, and things like that, and rest easy. But now it's going to be on my shoulders, and I understand that being a top 10 takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of mental and physical willpower to overcome a lot of things. You can never have a bad day. Right. So I know I could do it. It's just going to be a matter of, you know, my body holding up and staying out of trouble. I mean, I still have, I'm still a work in progress with my hips, my back, and things like that, and I always really have to work hard at it, and I just don't jump on my bike still. But I think if I could keep that under control, I could do a great race.
Speaking of your body, how is your body coming out of the Giro? I mean, that was a month ago. How do you feel a month later after an effort like that?
I feel great. Yeah, I really feel good. I mean, we've done everything, as far as we know, the best we could do. I mean, we're going up to altitude, training, how we've been training, training together, the Fab Four together with it. We were in San Moritz together, and then La Molina together. And
the Fab Four being you, Dave Miller, Danny Pate, and Ryder Hesjedal?
Yeah, and Ryder. So, I mean, we were just together too much, you know. So, you know, and you got to remember that even we had a training camp before the Giro even started. So we had been together for almost 2 months straight.
Yeah.
So there's not much we don't know about each other. But we're all alive. Everyone's looking really good. And now it just comes to race. You know, a lot of times you can do everything in your power to do everything great. And, you know, things just don't click, you know. And so, you know, we're going there with an open mindset. But I think we've done everything great. So now we could rest easy and go to the Tour.
Yeah, I have one last question, or actually I've got two more, but how does your position as being a guy who can lead the team, how's that going to mesh with the fact that there are 5 riders on Garmin-Chipotle's Tour team who have never done the Tour before? You're one of the most experienced Tour riders on the team. Does it interchange nicely where you can be a team leader and sort of tell people what you need to do, or do you have to divert a little bit of your own attention towards kind of watching out for these guys, or how do you not know yet? I mean, how's that going to play out?
Yeah, it's hard for me because I'm usually a person that likes to try to lead by example, and I'm not as great voicing how you should be doing this, and this is how you should be done, and things like that. So hopefully everyone will just follow the lead and follow the lead of Dave Miller and things like that, and really just, you know, stay at the front, just be intelligent. Tour is still a bike race. It's not a completely different animal, but it is faster, and there is that little bit more. More pressure from the media, from general public in general, and, you know, you're going to get 10 times more phone calls and 10 times more interviews. So that's the underlying thing. It's more like keeping your cool and just relaxing and being intelligent about it. And if they could do that, I have complete confidence in the guys who haven't done the Tour to do a great race.
Yeah. And so my true last question, following the Tour, Beijing Olympic Games, the USA Cycling hasn't announced, although maybe by the time you're watching this, they have announced the roster. Levi is the only rider who's automatically qualified. I think George Hincapie and yourself are more or less shoe-ins. I asked you the other day, you're going. If you asked, you want to go. So talk a little bit about the Olympic Games and take it from there through the rest of the season. I mean, what are we going to see from you post-tour?
Post-tour, yeah, but just hang out here a little bit and then go to Beijing, Chicago, and I'm so excited to be able to say that in confidence that I know my schedule more or less, and that I will be coming home August 15th, 16th, in the middle of August. I mean, I haven't said that since I broke my arm in the Tour, you know, like many moons ago. So it'd be nice to be back in the States in the summertime and having so much racing under my belt that, you know, there really isn't that much work to be done. Just have to look out for myself more or less. So I'll get to do nationals, which I've never done in South Carolina before.
Yeah.
And I've never done time trial nationals in my life.
Oh, that's right.
So I'll give that a crack. And then I'd like to do Tour Missouri. I mean, how often do I get to drive to a great race, you know? So
Sure.
just ends in St. Louis, and 3.5 hours I'll be back home.
It's a great finish to the season. Tour de France, Beijing, National Championships, Missouri.
I couldn't have wrote it any better. I mean, really, if that does end up, I really have to pinch myself because it'd be a really great year.
All right, well, Christian, good luck with everything. Appreciate the time. Thanks.
Thanks, man.